Hello, and welcome back to more Terraria with Brian. And in today's episode, there's a few things I want to do. One of them is, I have a dark shard that's carried by creatures in corrupt deserts. I would like to do things with creatures in hallowed deserts as well. And so I think, yes, I own some pearl sand. I'm going to take a block of it, and I've got the contaminator. What I'm wondering is basically if I can go over to the desert that is all corrupted over on the right-hand side and use the contaminator to turn it back with the purity back to normal desert, and then plant some pearl sand there and see if the hallow will spread and end up with a hallowed desert so that I can get some of the hallowed enemies. And I only just recently got this chlorophyte armor. I've got the frost armor as a vanity set over it, but the chlorophyte armor has this little gem above my head that just like randomly shoots at enemies for me, which is pretty awesome. And so that should make things very easy for traveling the overworld during the day. But let me head over to, okay, I guess things are getting corrupted over here. And then if I go a little bit farther over here, we get to the desert, as I recall. Yes, here's the desert. And so let's break out the contaminator. And let's just start doing a bit of contaminating. I don't know what the appropriate verb might be. And there's still going to be some corruption kind of further below in the desert sand, I'm sure. But I just want to kind of get a bit of the surface, which I think will be enough. That will get rid of having all of the corrupt enemies spawning, like that guy. And instead, hopefully, end up getting normal desert enemies, like vultures and different things, if it's the daytime. I can't tell with the rain going right now what time of day we're at, actually. But then I'm going to plant some pearl sand kind of right in the middle of the desert. Okay, here's one of the dark mummies. And they're one of the guys, I think, that ended up dropping the dark shard that I was looking at the beginning of the episode. And so I think there's hallowed mummies that would give me a light shard. And I think you can combine those two things into some new item that I want to get that I don't remember what it is right now. And so that's kind of the goal here. Let's do a bit more contaminating. Gosh, I guess this desert is really huge. Maybe I don't have to do the whole thing. Let's do a little bit more over here. And the good news is I had plenty of purity solution to spread the purity across a whole lot of the desert over here. Alright, I think that's good. Let's go back to kind of the middle of the area. Oh, look at that! Alright, there is a normal mummy, it seems like. And so I guess I've never had mummy pants! He had a rare drop, which I presume is just a vanity item. Let's go check that out really quick. Mummy pants, vanity item. Alright, fair enough. And so I guess I've never been in hard mode in a normal desert that wasn't corrupted or hallowed. And yeah, I see some corruption still over there and it's already spreading. But I want to know, if I place some pearl sand right here, I think that will start spreading the hallow into this desert. Let's go ahead and contaminate this again. And I just want to get a sense of how quickly... Alright, yeah, the corruption spreads really fast. And so, like, even this area that I already contaminated, the corruption's already spreading back, and so I might need to do a whole lot more to have any success over here. I really don't have any experience kind of converting things back from corruption, other than the brief little bit that we did in the previous episode. I guess there's not a whole lot of corruption over here. Let's try to at least take out the rest of the surface corruption over here. And then we'll walk back and we'll see... Oh, what is that? Is that a Nimbus cloud or whatever? Where's my mouse cursor? Aha, it's green, because I changed the color. But he did not drop anything special. How sad. Let's see if we can get rid of possibly like all the corruption around this little area. And unfortunately, it's really hard to like dig underneath a desert to try to kind of uncorrupt the whole desert, I think. Oops. Alright, but that looks pretty decent. We got rid of a lot of corruption over there. And so now let's go back over to where I dropped the pearl sand. Hello, pearl sand, where are you? Right there, and it is not spread at all. I do think it will. I think the hallow spreads, and it just doesn't spread as quickly as the corruption. So I think I will leave that there, and we'll just kind of see what happens. And in the meantime, I can kill some more mummies and see what I get, and yeah, I guess let's try to contaminate more of the corruption through here to kind of prevent the corruption from spreading too quickly back across the desert. Alright, but I'll be with you guys again in a bit, and we'll see if the hallow actually spreads. Hey, okay, the hallow is actually spreading a tiny bit over here. And so maybe if I give it time, maybe good things will happen. Alright, so we'll revisit the desert again at some point in the future and see if we can get any light mummies, to see if we can kill them and get the light shards, and then possibly get some of the rare drops that I've been looking for. Given how fast the corruption spreads, I've come back to the jungle, and it doesn't look like it's spread too far over here. This is the area... Oh, no, there is more right here. Yuck. Or is this the area that I uncontaminated? I don't know verbs to use here. I'm gonna try to get rid of all the corruption in this area, which might be difficult, but I do have a lot of this purity solution. There's another one of those angry rain clouds. I see some more corruption stuff down here, and up in the wall over here, and obviously down there. It could probably still spread back up from over there. But yeah, if you end up with any little piece, it seems like it's going to spread. And so I'm trying to see if I can get rid of it out of this region, so that I can avoid having the entire kind of jungle taken over by corruption. And I guess let's take a peek inside here and see if there's any corruption spreading inside this area. I guess it can't spread through the mud. I guess there's one block that's immune to the spread of corruption or hallow. Although that looks like hallowed ice there, I think. But perhaps there was just kind of like one unlucky piece that got... No, there's a bunch of hallow over here as well. What is this chest? I guess I must have visited this at some point in the ancient past when I didn't have enough inventory space pick up all the things. What is that? Giant flying fox. I've seen that a few times, but I see it rarely enough that each time I see it, I'm like, what is that thing? Is it some new thing I've never seen before? It appears we've got a little section of the jungle over here that's not very well explored, and so I'm going to take some time to explore it. I'll bring you guys back in if anything interesting happens. This armor is really amazing. Here in the jungle, in two cases. A, when I'm just kind of futzing around and there's just some low-level enemies like zombies, I don't even need to bother. I can completely ignore them because my armor set will just start firing at them, and as a result, like, kill them off. And B, it also alerts me to the location of enemies who are kind of creeping up towards me in the darkness, because all of a sudden I see that my armor starts shooting at them. And so both of those things are really awesome about this particular armor set bonus. So chlorophyte armor is where it's at, I do declare. In one of my previous videos, Desi, who's a friend of mine, was asking how I do inventory management. And yeah, it's always been a pain in Terraria. It's better than it used to be. But basically, these days, I carry around both the safe and the piggy bank, but I mostly use the safe. And basically, each time my inventory fills up, I go and I dump off a bunch of stuff, both stackable items and non-stackable items that I don't need to currently have on my person. Oh, hello, Crazy Moss Hornet, go away. I'm trying to talk to the people here. I'll dump off a bunch of stuff in the safe that I don't need to be holding right at this moment. And I'll do that, somewhat periodically. And then once you've got some stuff in there, like after some stuff does start stacking, it becomes easier, because then you can just plop down the you can plop down the safe and just click quick stack, and often just kind of drop off a bunch of extra stuff. but there is a fair amount of stuff, so I freed up a bit of inventory space here. I was doing this because I just found another chest with some items that I don't really need. Enchanted boomerang. It's a little bit late for that in the game at this point. Some extra wooden arrows. I don't need those right now. Then I'll also pick up the chest. And yeah, and then when you're done, like, pick back up the safe. And yeah, you can repeat that move kind of over and over again. I'll make sure I kind of call it out as I'm doing my little exploration of the jungle right here. The piggy bank, I use the safe for most inventory management tasks rather than the piggy bank, because the piggy bank, you have to like put it on a flat surface, you have to put it on a wooden platform or a crafting bench or some other thing like that, and so it's a bit more of a pain in the neck to place and recover compared to the safe, which you can just kind of place, you know, on any little flat section of mud or whatnot. And so that's an advantage of the piggy bank over the, or sorry, the safe over the piggy bank. I do have the piggy bank on me as well, but I use it for items that I'm much less likely to try to put in or take out. And so inside my piggy bank, I have a bunch of somewhat rare accessories that I only occasionally need to use, but might want to have available to me at any given point in time. And so I'm not going to set down the piggy bank right now to show it off, but at some point, next time I'm back home or something, I'll show you what I'm currently using in the piggy bank as well. And yeah, it seems like we're back into an explored section of the jungle, so I'll bring you guys back in if other interesting things happen. A number of people have told me, and I don't know that I would have figured this out on my own, that chlorophyte grows in the mud. And so whenever I harvest it, I always leave one little block of it left over so that it can continue to kind of grow into a bigger chlorophyte ore cluster, is my understanding of how it works. And I presume that means that I could actually like grow it in my little jungle farm that I was making back at home. But I haven't actually tried to do anything to test that out yet. Oh, hey, look at this. I found one of these underground house thingies, which probably at this point won't contain anything that's all too useful. I really love this armor that's just like constantly shooting at enemies for me. That's just amazing. But we can check it out. Maybe we'll find another slime statue or something else of that type of value. Let's see. Hammer statue. What do we got in this chest? Yeah, some more Hermes boots that I can sell off, etc., etc. Alright, nothing too interesting. Alright, and after finding an area like this, where I am both safe, and have just picked up a number of non-stacking items, that's often a time that, once again, I will throw down the safe so that I can click Quick Stack. We'll get a bunch of stuff to drop in there, and then drop off a few other things to keep my inventory reasonably neat and tidy. Non-stacking items are good to drop off, simply because otherwise they're going to, you know, continue to take up space in your inventory, and your inventory fills very quickly that way, whereas with things like mud, you know, if I have a little bit of mud in my inventory, that's fine, because I can keep digging mud for the next 2 hours or whatever before I get 999, and that slot of my inventory completely fills up. I'm not sure what I did with my shadow orb, but one of the things I did is I broke out the piggy bank just to take a look, and so you can see, basically, I have a number of other items that might be useful in rare circumstances. Actually, because I don't have the Bezoar in here. Interesting. I don't remember where I have that thing that gives you immunity to poison. I thought I had that stored in here as well, because I could actually use that now that I'm here in the jungle. Oh, hey, here's a mimic. I think there's still some mimic drops that I need to get. Hasty Starcloak, that's one of them. Causes stars to fall when injured. I think that can be combined with this guy, the cross necklace. And so that could be really good. Amazing. I just took off the lava charm because I haven't been using it in a while, and now we're down to the lava level. Oh, irony. For the most part, there's still enough water around here that I'm not too worried, but I might have to swap it back on shortly. Oh, hey, there is one of these things here in the jungle that I haven't found yet. I don't know what you call that, like a little jungle shrine thingy that might have things like Anklet of the Wind. And so I would like to check out what is in there. And also it has these rare jungle ivy chests or whatever they are. And this bat can just get shot by my thing. Nope, my little armor thingy isn't good enough at aiming and shooting. Alright, so my inventory is pretty full, and so I drop down the safe, I do a quick stack, I drop off a couple of other things that I don't need right this moment, and now I can loot all, and now I can quick stack again, perhaps. Alright, what did I get? Another Staff of Regrowth. I've already got one of those. Water Walking Potion, I don't really need. So many things, so many things. But at this point, my inventory is getting pretty full, and so I'm going to need to be careful. Man, in a large world, the jungle, I guess the whole world really, is so large that it really takes forever to explore. Aha! Look at this. So this is what I wanted to search the jungle for. Unfortunately, I accidentally saw this in someone else's video. This, I believe, is the Jungle Temple. We were aware of the fact that there was a Jungle Temple key, because it was one of the elements in the crafting recipe for... Can I break this? I cannot. It was one of the elements in the crafting recipe for the corruption key mold or whatever, when we talked to the guide. It was a Jungle Temple key. But I believe the Jungle Temple key also can be used to open a Jungle Temple, which appears to be here. Let's zoom out on my map real quick and just see where it is. Alright, I've explored a lot of this world, but the Jungle Temple is apparently down here, where I had not explored before. And I don't know really anything about it other than it exists. And so, is there a door inside? Because I can't break my way in. And so I'm just going to try to, like, search out the kind of boundaries of this particular structure, and I'll let you know what I find. Okay, interesting. I can almost see inside it right over here. It had been going kind of like diagonally, and then all of a sudden there's a spot where it's switched to kind of going vertically. And so I wonder if I keep going around. I don't know if there's an entrance, or... I really don't know anything about this crazy place. The reason that I'm aware of it is... Oops, my inventory appears to be full. Let me fix that really quick. I was watching... Alex Diener had a long playthrough of Terraria, where he got through most of the 1.2 features, and I hadn't been watching kind of like ahead of where I had gone in his playthrough to like see stuff later in the game, but then he restarted with a new character, and so I'd been watching him restart with the new character, and as he was exploring the jungle, he just happened to stumble on a structure, and he was like, oh look, it's the Jungle Temple, and it looked like this. And so, apparently I've stumbled on the Jungle Temple as well. And it appears to be huge. Like, I'm surprised that I didn't manage to find it before. Actually, if I zoom out on the map, I mean, look at this. Like, the boundary is going like this. Who knows? It might be this, like, whole big section down here. I'm going to continue to... Oh, it looks like it's kind of going back to the left now, and so maybe we've reached kind of one of the extremities. I need to go home because my inventory is filled up anyway. And I also want to go check back up on the portion of the desert that I tried to hallow and see if we're getting any light mummies over there. And so I guess we'll need to do that next, but at this point, at least I've found where this crazy structure is, and so when we need to visit it later, we'll be able to do so. But I will bring you guys back in after I've sorted some inventory. Actually, since I wanted to talk about inventory organization, I'll do that here on camera. Basically, when I get back home, I go and I start doing a quick stack in many of my common chests that include things like potion ingredients and all kinds of miscellany and dirt blocks and mud blocks. So I just click quick stack on a bunch of different chests to drop off different things that I'm already holding. And then I'll go by the safe and I'll do a loot all in order to pick up a bunch more stuff. And then I'll go back to the same chests and start doing quick stacks again, trying to drop things off. I see, for example, I've got a vile mushroom, and so I can go over to my potion ingredients, and I can quick stack some things in there. I see that I'm carrying around some crazy potions that I never use, and so I can quick stack them in there. I see that I happen to have a husk, which is a dye, and so I'll do a quick stack over in my dye chest, etc., etc. Over and over again until basically I can finally And now here I see that I've got iron bars, but they're already all stacked, and so those are things I'm going to want to sell off. Then I go back to the safe, I do loot all again, and I just rinse and repeat over and over again. Alright, and then after 10 minutes of inventory management, finally, my safe is empty. And now, I would like to do some reforging. No, I don't want to do reforging. I want to go to the Tinkerer's Workshop because I'm pretty sure I can combine the cross necklace and the star cloak into one item. I think those are the two that combined. Yes. That one causes stars to fall when injured. That increases invincibility after taking damage. And this gives you both powers together. And I got it with no modifier. Let's go test it out real quick, because I haven't actually worn the Star Cloak before, ever. And I want to see what happens with the causes stars to fall when injured. So let's go find someone to injure me. Hello, bad guys. I would like you to hit me so that I can see what this thing does. Of course, I'm going out in the overworld in the daytime. There's no monsters anywhere to be found. Monsters, monsters, where are you? There we go. Oh, neat! Wow! That's reasonably powerful. Wow, do you see that? Every time I get hit, a couple of stars just fall from the sky on my location. And if it's the case of slimes, like that was just hitting for like 30 or something. Oh, I guess my armor is shooting at him as well. I'm not sure which thing is doing more damage. Let's take off a piece of the armor real quick. And now let's see what happens. Alright, hit me. Alright, yeah, that hits for 32 or something. That's still reasonably powerful. Alright, that is very cool. So we like that. Then the question is, how much does it cost to reforge this crazy thing? Probably a lot. 25 gold. I do have a fair amount of gold at this point, but I suspect I might want to use it on more purity solution or something. How am I doing? I've got 2 platinum, 94 gold. I'm not going to reforge the Stark Veil right now, I don't think. Although, I could afford to reforge it a couple of times. I'll probably get something. I mean, right now it doesn't have any modifier at all, and any modifier... It's not like weapons where you can get worse things. I think all of the accessory modifiers are always good. And so it's just a question of how good. Plus 4% damage. That's fine. I'll take that. Alright, we didn't have to spend too much money. So that is happy. Let me put the rest of my money back in here. Or at least the rest of my gold. And now I need to figure out where I stand and what it is I want to do next. Oh, I know one thing I want to do next, which is I want to go back to the desert. So long as I'm here, I always forget that I have this. I bought the crystal ball, and it gives you magic powers increased for 10 minutes anytime you go and visit it. It's kind of like a campfire. It's one of those useful things that perhaps I should just, like, carry around all the time if I need it for a boss battle or something. But let's head back over to the desert. I'm wearing my super fast boots, and so I can run and fly a whole lot faster again. So it'll only take a moment to get over there, I believe. But we're going to see whether the desert is now more hallowed or more corrupted or what state it's in after the previous contamination and seeding the one little piece of pearl sand, I guess it's called, over in the desert. Okay, so I can see some of the corruption has come back over here, probably up from the stone in the ground below. Oh yeah, the whole desert, is the whole desert corrupted? Or is there at least a hallowed piece? Oh man, the Star Cloak is pretty cool. Did any of the... Okay, there is some hallowed here. But yeah, the corruption, I'm not sure. I think I've heard that the corruption can actually spread across hallowed, and so like the corruption is like stronger than the hallow in that respect, and so it can actually turn hallowed stuff into corruption, whereas the hallow can't turn corruption stuff into hallow, I think. And so if I want to get some hallowed desert out here, I'm going to need to use some more purity solution to try to convert some more of this area. I mean, this is awesome. I could just like stand and take damage, and the stars come down, and my armor is shooting at these guys. Okay, there's a mummy and a dark mummy. I thought one of them was a light mummy. The light mummies are the things that I really want to get. They're the whole point of this exercise. I guess I can pick up some of the pearl sand over here. I hadn't thought about this. I can pick up some of the pearl sand, and I can go seed some more Hallow in a few different spots. I could put some Pearl Sand here, and I could put some here. Yeah, this isn't a bad idea, actually. And so let's use the Contaminator. Alright, I'm gonna seed a few more portions of the desert with some hallowed Pearl Sand. And see if we can get the Hallows spreading into a few more portions of the desert. And yeah, I'll be back with you guys in a little bit after that. Ooh! I just got a blindfold. I think I already have one of those. But there's a few more rare drops of accessories that prevent... So blindfold prevents you from getting blinded. There's a number of rare drops that basically prevent against various status effects. And eventually you can combine them all into like one super accessory. And I really want to gather all of those things. That's another reason that I want some above ground Hallow. Is because there's a number of hallowed enemies that I think drop some of these rare drops that I really need to get. Oh, this is going to be a terrible night. Alright, we have to swap gears. I think I can actually defeat the twins if I get all the right buffs. So let's get some greater healing potions. Let's get... where's my other potions? Let's get a couple of regen potions. Let's get a couple of iron skin potions. And actually swiftness potions could even be useful. Thorns potions will be useful. Mana regeneration... Magic power, that's what I want. Let's get that. And... Let me put away a few other objects really quick. Do I have any pumpkin, I can craft pumpkins into like pumpkin soup or whatever it was. What is it you can do? You can make something good out of pumpkins that helps you out. Pumpkin pie, great. Let's grab a couple of those as well. Okay, that's a bunch of different buffs. I need to turn on my heart statues. I need to refill my little magic power thingy. And then I think they'll arrive on their own at midnight. Is there anything else I need to do to up my DPS? Damage per second. Can't think of anything right now. Oh, the twins is awoken. Okay, they're here. Let's get out. Get out, get out. Okay. Alright. And so I guess I'll use this for magic power to get things started. Until my mana gets used up. And then, do I have any kind of gun on the bar right now? I do. I have the Orichalcum repeater, and so... I could use this. It's a repeater, so I can just hold down the button, which is something that I don't remember how recently I actually learned, and so I'm kind of embarrassed that I didn't know it before. And that does some damage. And then finally, my sword also doesn't suck at doing damage, and then I can probably switch to the poison staff again for a little while. And... Alright, so I'm keeping my life up, so that's good. So I'm not terribly worried about running out of hearts against these guys now. Now it's mostly about, can I kill them off, I think? Because I've got better armor than I did last... Oh, I forgot to buff. Buff. That'll help. Oh, I forgot to take an archery potion, too, if I'm going to be firing arrows. Alright, that would have been smart. That's okay, that's okay. I think we're finally going to win this battle, hopefully. What else do I need to do? My mana is back up. Let's use the poison staff. Alright, I can see my mouse cursor. That's good. Let's keep an eye on it. I'm still at 500 hearts, and so... Yeah, with the Star Cloak, I'm like doing extra damage each time they shoot me, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and shoot some arrows at... Alright, Spasmatism is changing. Alright, so now this is going to do more damage to me. This is a little bit more troublesome in the Brian takes damage department. Alright, but now while he's at range, we'll switch to the poison staff again here for a moment. And try to tank him for a minute. Pick up some more hearts, and now let's just try to fly away while he's doing this crazy attack with the, what do you call? And then we'll try to hit him. Great, and now there's a bunch of hearts down here. I'm at 500, so I'm going to leave some of the hearts on the ground so I can get them in a minute. Let's tank him for damage. And then run over through my hearts, which will bring me back up to 500. And my mana is still slowly refilling. And Yeah, still close enough to all of my buffs down here. Alright, we're about to take out, what's his name? Spasmatism. It's down to about 25% of his health or less, I think. I can switch to the Poison Staff again for a minute here. Try to hit both of these guys. I'm going to leave some hearts on the ground if I can, because I'm at full health. Alright, now let's go back through the hearts now that I need them. Alright, I feel like I'm doing a good job of managing this fight so far. And Spasmatism is almost down. Let's try to finish him off. And let's fly away from this attack, if we can. Alright, need some hearts, need some hearts. Oh, Retinizer has changed. He's got crazy lasers, so I'm going to be taking more damage until I can take out Spasmatism. Need to take him out. Ah! Oh, so much damage. Alright, Spasmatism's down. Now it's just Retinizer. It's you and me, Retinizer. Alright, and with only one of them attacking now, I think I have a real shot. There's my mouse cursor. Okay, I'm out of mana. My buffs are still active, it looks like, for another little while. I still have all of my hearts. And so if I can just hold on, find my mouse cursor, and let's switch to the repeater then. And fire arrows at him, I guess. See how that does. And what's my time of day? If we started at midnight, I'm going to be running low on time of night. No, I can see the moon is in the middle of the night. Alright, so they don't come at midnight. I'm not sure what time it is that they arrive. Let's try using the Poison Staff is nice, because it kind of shoots out in a few different directions, and so even though I am poor at aiming my weapons, it's still the case that I get a lot of hits with the Poison Staff, just because it has kind of a broad spread effect. And yeah, I think we are finally going to defeat the twins here, which is awesome. Alright, this guy is shooting crazy amounts of lasers. Alright, if I fly up towards him like that, that is good. That's right, get close, get close. Alright, now he's flying away. Get close, I can hit you with my sword, which does tons of damage. I'm gonna fly away and dodge the lasers. Sword, sword, sword. Try to hit him with my little flying shooting sword aspect thing as well. Yeah, there we go. Got a bunch of hits, and now let's hit him with the Poison Staff. He's almost dead. Come on, we can finish him off. Oh, so close. Oh, he's about to die. Look how many times he's shooting at me. Yeah! The twins has been defeated. Souls of Sight. Finally. Finally, finally. And I want to go check on what time of day that was, just to get a sense of if I was running low on darkness before they would go away. And so I've got a clock over here. 2:24, and I think 4:30 is the end of the night. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Souls of Sight. Awesome. I think I never ate the pumpkin pie. Did the buff button not actually do that? Because I think I only crafted 2 of them. Alright. Oh, and I never even had to press heal during that battle, I don't think. That is amazing. Now that I have Souls of Sight, I believe that is all 6 types of souls. There's Sight, Fright, Night, Flight, Might, and Light. I think that's all of them. And so now there's a bunch more things that I can craft. Let me resort my inventory, and then I'll get back with you guys. Alright, my inventory is less of a mess. Oops, I just accidentally broke a bottle instead of talking to the guide. Let's put the bottle back right there. Hello, Seth. Tell me about Souls of Sight. What can I make? Okay, so there's the various keys, right? I still don't have a Jungle Temple key, which it says opens the Jungle Temple door. So I guess there's a door to that temple that we haven't found yet. Alright, there's a bunch of different types of things. There's a harp. Right, I've seen that in Zisto's playthrough before, so these are 1.1 things. And then a rainbow rod. Cast a controllable rainbow. Alright, so I guess the main thing I needed it for actually is the key, and I still don't have the Jungle Temple key. That's not as exciting as I was thinking before. I was thinking it was one of those items that was part of where I had the dark shards. Remind me what I need with the dark shards and the light shards. Dark Shard, Light Shard, Night and Light gives me the Tao of Pow, which appears to be... It looks like it's some kind of flail-type weapon. Some kind of Morning Star ball and chain. And so I would like to get that eventually, but I still need to kill some light mummies to get that. Alright, let me do a little bit more organization and check my notes to see what else we need to do.